Sketchback with more Gaming Disabled live edition, and we're continuing with Not For Broadcast after the events of last time. Hope everybody's doing okay. I'm just waiting to see if things are working. Perhaps. Yay, there we are. I don't know if you can hear me. Let me check. Hang on. Yay. Okay, fine. Cool. Let's get started. We are on day 371 after Jeremy removed himself from the mortar coil, so I'm a bit worried. I'm still a little shook after that one, to be honest, so I'm curious to see what's going to happen. But I would like to point out as well, and I don't really want to jump down an Alan James sized conspiracy hole, but I was going through going through some stuff, going through the rushes and all that you can view. And also I watched a couple of other people's, because I was really worried about what to do putting that footage up on YouTube. So I thought, I'll see what other people have done. Now, some people just didn't get that far. They put the advert on. There was a couple of people who just went and to be fair, they were live streaming. But it wasn't until afterwards I saw somebody view their I never pay attention to it, the how you get that rank each day, and it said that the Jeremy Donaldson situation had been dealt with, and it started to occur to me, what if, because of Jeremy's opposition to advance, because he drinks, I know they do it with the guys, it's this heat wave and stuff like that day, but it seems really odd. Jeremy drinks a lot, and he does, watching back some of my footage, he does tend to drink a lot while people are doing interviews and he's not on screen, but I couldn't help but fall down this rabbit hole of theorizing that maybe he had been, like his water had been tampered with, to maybe a psychotic drug or something that pushed him over the edge. Because at one point he says quite clearly that guns give him the willies and that, and he seems really opposed to them and stuff like that. So for him to then, willingly grab the CCO officer's gun and stuff like that, I don't know. I don't know where this is going to go, but it just really started making me think, which is what I love so much about this game. But I've wasted your time already. Let's get into this, and more than likely die, because I have noticed that the board is a little different from normal.
We're expecting deplorables from Disrupt to hack the signal tonight. Perhaps you could leave your personal beliefs at home and try not to let them ruin the broadcast.
What we got?
Even if you don't care for the government, I assume
Bring
you
your
understand
friend.
you have a vested interest in us staying on the air. Stay out of the orange.
Stay in the orange. Well, we're normally in the green. Oh, God. We are going to die already. Something's not on. That doesn't need to be on. That's...
This is the news, don't they?
At 8:30 p.m. it's over to Patrick Bannon for all the day's sports board.
Not Patrick. I hope Patrick doesn't become a co-host.
There's a call at Team HQ right now. I think she's giving a speech or something tonight. They'll get on the news.
Oh, great. So they get the brains and we get the performing monkey.
Must be played. An essential message.
To survive the cruel administrations of our neighbours.
At
11:25, it's incisors.
Who said?
I'm missing two now.
Who said hardship has to
10 seconds,
be
everybody.
On the humble biscuit. And that takes us
live a little with Sophie?
5,
She sounds cheery.
4,
But first
3.
tonight, it's time to join Megan and the team for the National Night.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 140th day of war. Our main headlines tonight. Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal
Oh yeah,
blockade.
because we're in war now or something.
Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert, unable to work out where or when the next strike.
Digging the new music.
Sadly, however, more casualties were reported
I don't know what's
today,
going on
and
with
as
this
the
new
weeks
board.
and months of this war make ever more demands on our armed services,
Also, I
those
don't know why
numbers
my
will tragically only continue to rise.
air screen is so low.
Don't starve. Advance's food programme moved from strength to strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time, and the government's agricultural coordination strategy has seen shelves restocked with increasing regularity. However, with the reported rise in mental and physical health issues since the imposition of the blockade, critics have questioned whether those smaller communities which are only now starting to receive help could have been better and quicker served. 7 days to die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health conditions to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success. Previously available only to those in their final years, the expansion of the service has been met with relief by the many organisations calling for it to
We
be
saw
opened
Jeremy
up to the
saying
wider
about how
community.
transition centres
With dwindling medical
really
supplies
become
leaving many of our most vulnerable facing chronic pain, it can come as no surprise that the transition
years.
centres have found themselves stretched to capacity. Populace. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a teen membership card, a worrying statistic
Including
given
us.
that the cards are a legal requirement from midnight tonight.
Yeah, but
While applications are
Oh,
still
did I
open
just
for
miss my
those who
chance?
like to run fashionably late, they can expect a few
just gonna go
tricky
for all the
questions from
depressing
advance.
images.
Start me up. Disrupt spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of Manchester. Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to capture the public's imagination. A representative from the Manchester Community Cohesion Team described the event as mostly peaceful. But it looks like Disrupt aren't going quietly into the night.
I don't like either of
And
these.
finally-
And that's the point. Disrupt and advance.
Absent friends.
It's been 3 months.
Sad news today as the grave of former National Nightly News host Jeremy Donaldson is vandalised by radical disrupt activists.
Bastards!
The much-loved broadcaster suffered a very tragic public breakdown 10 weeks ago in an incident which ultimately cost him his life. Disrupt spokesman Alan James, whose organisation last week named Mr Donaldson as the cause's first martyr, described the graffiti as a fitting tribute to a hero of the resistance. But first this evening, with the war about to enter its 21st punishing week and people hurting up and down the country, I'll be grilling unpredictable Prime Minister Peter Clement in an exclusive interview.
Curious
from
what the
his
new
home
titles
in
are going to look
Lancashire.
like.
That's coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Gonna do this. She says. Let's fail it. Come on, we can't screw up this interference shit. This is like my weakness. It's gonna come back down, it has to. Oh no it is. Come down!
In part 2, I'm a little overexcited to announce I'll be interviewing the one and only Lil C.
I wasn't paying
And
attention.
later we've got a new feature that's sure to keep you coming back for more.
Okay.
But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter Clement, who's
Oh,
speaking to us from
great.
his home in Lancashire. Good evening, Prime Minister. Have we caught you exercising? Have we caught you exercising?
Have we started? Yes,
Oh, he's
that's
gonna be
right, Miss
swearing
Wolf.
his arse off.
Just a few minor adjustments. I mean, nothing drastic. I haven't joined the gym or anything. As my old man used to
This
say,
guy just...
just because she won't take it up the shit, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try for a quick fiddle up the carpet.
Language, Prime Minister. Language, Prime Minister.
What? Quick fiddle? What's wrong? Oh, shit there. It's shitter, isn't it? Yep, that's the one.
And can you tell us what brought about this new you?
Well, you know the night the blockade began. When Jeremy Donaldson...
What is this? What is this
Well, you
different?
know, it were blistering hot, as I'm sure you all remember.
I listened to
And
June.
I were a bit wheezy
Told me that although she
from
has
all the
financial
cigars
security
and all
for her
that.
and her family
And
for
Mrs.
asylum
C
or
turns
something
to me
like
after the signal dropped away.
What is going on right now?
Tears. And she says,
What is this weirdness?
I couldn't go on without you. So I made a decision, and since that day,
I need
have
to.
stopped smoking cigars. Smoking cigars. For Christmas. Like birthday, weddings,
Oh my god.
state dinners.
Okay, that's interesting.
I got this useless bloody backwards doesn't got anywhere. And apparently I'm going on a walking holiday this
I
Christmas,
wasn't paying
and that should finish me off for bloody good.
Did you make the decision to holiday within the country this winter because
Okay.
of the blockade, Prime Minister?
Well, Mrs. C has never liked travelling at the best of times. These are certainly not the best of times. On that we can all agree. And there's a lot of red tape involved in leaving the territories.
I know,
As
I'm
I'm
on
sure
it.
you're all aware. Oh, bastard, no. What? All in it together. Oh, yeah. Also,
God. Oh, I don't like
it
it.
doesn't seem very advanced to be going abroad when the rest of the country is grounded.
And yet, Julia Salisbury
And
announced today
yet,
that she'll
yeah.
be visiting Svenland during this year's winter break. Is that really an example of team spirit?
Wow, go Megan!
Did you know about this, Gail? Did you know
No one
about
tells me
this,
anything,
Gail?
Peter. You should know that.
What did you know?
Well, leaving that for a moment, it says on this card that a body like yours must take some
Oh
time
yeah, go
to
Megan.
What's your
You've been the
morning
worst so
routine?
far, but
What's your morning routine?
Well, I have a frigid morning routine.
Rigid. It's rigid for fuck's sake. Rigid for
Oh, yeah. A rigid and demanding
Something's
plan that
rigid.
my doctor and personal trainer had.
Who's your personal trainer?
Ah, some prick called Clark. Is that on your card?
I thought you might wonder. Prime Minister, speaking of planning, with the
Can you
blockade in
please
its 20th
stop
week and the
swearing?
people of this
It's
country
really
reeling
making
from its
things
effects,
difficult
what plans do you have to get us out of this mess? What plans do you have to get us
hang on.
Well, that's a very blunt question, Miss
Surely
Moore.
one for which you, the democratically elected Prime Minister, must have an answer.
Don't you get smart with me, Pat. I was a fucking national treasure before you were a twinkle in the milkman's scrotum. You want to talk about plans? Let me tell you about plans. That's all we do. Fucking plans and revised plans and then meetings to discuss the implementation of plans and plans and yet more planning for fucking plans and yet more fucking plans.
Well, that's good. That's good to know, Prime Minister.
know,
That's good. That's good
I
to know,
used to
Prime
really
Minister.
like you, Pat. You were a breath of fresh air. But I've been watching you, and you know what?
What?
You get
What?
more like
Wait.
him every day. You get more like him every day.
I
Oh.
will take that as a compliment.
Oh! Go
Prime
Megan!
Minister, later on this evening, your co-leader Julia Salisbury is going to give a national address from team headquarters. Can you give us a hint?
Oh, F you, you asswipe.
Yes. Well, I imagine that there
Sorry,
will be
sorry, you
the
imagine?
usual.
Sorry,
Yeah.
What I mean is,
You do know about this broadcast, don't you, Prime Minister?
I'm sure I did. But Julia and I have no secrets from each other. We don't memorize each other's bloody diaries either. As my old man used to say, if you wanted to get a job done quick, don't get bogged down in the pubes. What else you got?
Sorry?
Only cards, what else? A little piece of my life children rustling through. Get out, refill my last. Get out, refill my last. Ah, come on. Come on.
Okay. What music do you listen to when you work out? What music do you listen to when you work out?
Well, Gail tells me that I work out to Little C, but I have absolutely no fucking idea who that is. And do you think the C stands for?
It stands for collaborative, Prime Minister. It stands for collaborative, Prime Minister. How is rationing affecting you?
Dear.
It's hard, but we get by. You just have to learn to get by on the basics. Take comfort in each other. I've got Mrs. C. And many a fine single malt. I want full of it. I want full of it.
So for a decent night's sleep. So for a decent, of course, night's sleep.
She's been taken over by the member berries.
Thank you for joining us. When we come back, it's time for the Culture Spot with
Is it
Lil
effort
C
time?
and a world premiere performance of her new song. I genuinely can't wait to hear that. We'll be back after this. We'll be back. 1 minute back, everybody.
Wow.
That is what happens when you wander from the car.
I don't think you knew about this statement.
I think anyone's supposed to know when you mentioned Rosamund's face turned the colour. I think you call embolism. You're in trouble. Frozen? Nah, you're lucky to you never had. Suppose the heart's not back in there.
Who's Lil C?
Justice, no?
Who's Lil C?
You winding me up?
Sounds like they're saying Melcy.
What? I'm civilized. I read books.
It's interesting to think Megan started as this like arts journalist.
You'll no doubt have
E?
sorted the updated mixing disc. You'll need the new buttons during the next sections. First, we'll need applause when the guest enters and before her song. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it when we get there.
What? Oh no. We have a soundboard to play with now. Pardon? But raw? Yeah, that's why I kind of thinking of how far Megan's come. That's why I worry that Jeremy, that Patrick
I've never heard of her before.
might be the new co-host.
Is she any good?
Of course not. Good dog shit. Kids go mad. Due to the ongoing military blockade, some destinations may differ from
Hang on,
those
Colin,
in the
you've got
South Atlantic,
kids.
as the cruise
Yeah,
now
I've
mainly
got
takes place around
seven, I think.
Zimbabwe.
What?
This is going to be worse.
4,
Hang on.
3.
Where is...
Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that.
Okay,
But
applause.
first, I'm really excited for our next guest.
What is this
She rose
face?
to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Men, before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album smashing the chart records at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C!
Staff, excellent work.
May I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
My manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water, then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Oh, well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super
Oh, okay,
fan,
so it comes on when
I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Excellent.
that's good to
Please,
know.
Megan, just tell her go.
So your first album,
shocked.
F My
Megan
Face
as the
Together,
ex-arts,
it hit shelves this summer.
I know
and
she's
it's
like just
explosive.
fed by
I mean, it's
Advance,
summer.
but
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that like annoying little girl from that shakes that.
I
like,
mean, you
sexy
seem
little girl
kind of
from that
annoying
show.
still.
Wow, that must have been bizarre.
Like Kelly.
Not really. It was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage
Dear,
bath,
this
but then
is
only
a
then was my
TikToker
dad
right here.
actually talking to me.
Oh, of course. I mean, the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know you'd been estranged.
There's nothing that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
So, this newfound explosion into your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nice underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as the manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So, what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am,
going
but
on
actually
here?
it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Your manager again.
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Ooh. Do you think he'd be happy with you telling us all this?
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dancing and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Wow. Nice
we're
and
going to see some of those
cynical.
famous dance
Right.
moves very shortly, because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It In My A Together and it's out. Put It In My A Together and it's out.
My friend let her 13-year-old son join the Go-Getters.
Album since lunchtime and a clothing line during this interview. See, this is called Cry for Help, and it's going to be in all the best high street and retailer shops. And it's
I can't watch both
now,
screens.
so girlies, you know what to do. Scream and cry until somebody gets it for you.
There she goes. Blimey. All these projects, they're keeping you very busy, aren't they? It must be tough.
Yeah, it can get tough, and I hate it
That
sometimes.
looks
I hate
awful,
myself. I just want to like cry into a bath of root veg. But then I think thousands of girls would do anything to be me, so I must be quite lucky.
Well, you know you don't have to do this, though, don't you?
Yeah, I do think that sometimes. Most nights, between like my fourth vodka and the 8th time a stranger slaps me around the arse, I think things could have been different. You know, like better. But I don't know. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me what to wear.
Did you always want to do music?
Well, ever since I was a little
Not
girl,
really,
I'd
but-
sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I press record on my cassette,
like
then my
early
dad
day
would come in and
YouTube.
tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practicing again.
Sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough, and sometimes when it gets
dear.
really hard, he'll say, "Make Cragler proud and you
Nice,
might just
nice
survive
commentary
child."
on child stars.
You know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that problematic note, you're going to be singing your song for us soon, aren't you? Tell
great.
me about it. Tell me about it.
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here.
Oh, so she
it's
doesn't
actually
know it.
right. And don't worry, all my words.
It's
is
AI
key
generated.
approved.
All right then. Well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit. It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Whoa, so here's Lil C with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
You're a natural.
It's the force's favorite, the queen of teams, here to break in your blockades, Lil C.
Oh dear.
Oh baby, can't you see?
Baby, baby.
I'm hungry. There's a place in me that's empty. I want that meat you're packing on.
Oh wow, that
me.
even
You
sounds
can
like a
feel
Britney
that
song.
crack in me. I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, boy. I got no agenda. Just want the team and me. No dirty foreign member.
Trying to pay attention to the yellow green light.
Ain't been filled yet. I only scream this loud when you do your country proud. I ain't no Vickers, but I come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pull me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier.
I just love the idea that she's like, I have no clue what's going on. Oh yeah, nice arm shot.
Come and use me as a toy. I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions.
Yeah, give me some more of those crotch shots.
I've been this wild and free since Mama burdened me. She was only 53, but gave to save her family. There's no one judging me if I'm the one that's in your fantasy. Don't die alone, these babies gonna bring you home. I ain't no Vickers, but I come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pull me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier.
I mean, if the enemy soldier is just like that.
So what a Peter come and use me as a toy and flip me over, grab my hair, rip off my clothes and dump them there.
I will say that's the
wanna
thing,
see
like,
some action, so come
Advanced
and
and
break my
Disrupt and
sanctions.
two very like extremes of both. You know, you got your communist. And then it's very conspiratorial, absolutely off their nut. What are we going to? Do we have to do it?
if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Phil Seafold. Well, for doing that, don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show that we just know you're going to love. We'll be back right after this.
And we're out.
Megan's like, why am I still here?
I'm Sophia Remington.
Oh, I didn't realise it was Remington's fist.
Thank you so much for letting me do this. It really means a lot to me, you know. To be able to promote myself on such a mainstream platform like the news.
Well, don't worry about it. And you know what? Good luck for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes. Watch out for that father of yours.
Oh, no. I manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain... It's like...
Oh.
Michael?
What about Billy Bob Jean Short? Is he?
Oh, my dad.
Very good.
Such a sweetheart. We both have the same agents, you know, like it just made sense. Both of us for our image together. And Michael, I want to see the revenue share for the clothing line and get me a G&T before my meeting with the lube guys. They say for your pleasure, I'm going to start eating it.
Back into being Grandpa's bloomers, consumers. Don't worry, you poor dirty
This next section will need you to use all 4 of the sound effects to help things along. Try and pick the most appropriate one at each given moment. The actors can't hear what you're doing, so they'll be trusting you to make the right choices.
Oh, no, we're doomed.
Do I look like the sort of person who counts things? No, not anymore. I'm better than that now. I'll tell you what.
Oh dear. Oh no, not these guys again.
Can't be gambling, otherwise we couldn't advertise it on television.
Got it?
Absolutely, right away. 10 seconds.
Much fun as I have.
Great.
But you can't afford to.
Right, so it's...
Here's the swag box instead.
5,
that's...
4, 3.
Fun down. Ooh.
Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent and we're very excited about it. But before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra, guys.
Actually, I've dropped the algebra. I go by Jeff DePoon now. How do you like that?
Yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh. And how does Angela feel about all this? Your wife. Your wife.
God, no.
Wife?
No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Oh, well, good for you.
De Plume.
Yeah.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
And why did you write this? What was
Good
your
for you.
inspiration?
Oh, well, I received a telephone call offering me 25
Be with whoever
grand
tolerates
to
you, I
write a
guess.
protein sitcom. And I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, he said, you listen here, boy. You make hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get out of this. So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking. Utter shite.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
Why would they be laughing here? It hasn't started yet.
Oh, shut up, Bozeman! I have no clue what's going on right now. What is going on?
Miss Craven. Good morning.
Oh,
Miss Craven.
morning.
Wow, that is a tight
Everything
window.
all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalised my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
I don't know.
Okay.
It could be the vicar at closing time.
I'm just worried they won't ever become productive members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock. See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray.
I've no clue.
And just like that, we can unlock their future.
Yes, yes. Wow!
I
Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right. Oh, so you're right.
I
Here it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers? What's up, losers?
Oh, no. It's Brad. He's the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Oh, clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
What?
Around
Brad
here.
dudes?
No. Ruffians, have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What? Did you say tutoring?
That's right.
Maths
is very important. Would you mind, Ray? Would you mind, Ray?
Not at all. Not at all.
This is such a limited soundboard. I don't know if I'm doing the right things at all.
So you,
but my viewership's going up, so there's that.
Have been spending your time helping others and not just urinating on churches or huffing glue.
Hey, I haven't huffed glue for months.
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are, and not on your actions.
No doy.
So it wasn't you who vandalised my shop last night or called me a rancid old
Going on
crone
forever. Look at this.
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up there? I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. Put her there, Ray. Oh, what the heck? Give us a hug.
Wait, what? 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 Excuse me? Hello?
Of what appear to be nuclear explosions in 4 major foreign cities.
What?
Initial estimates put the death toll into. They put them into millions. I'm being told we're experiencing some power shortages as a result, so apologies for the interruption.
I didn't know if I was
apparently
supposed
we
to
can
press
go
the switch again.
live now to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment. Yes, let's go to that now. Yes, let's go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in four major cities.
I thought they were going to
across the
blame
continent.
Disrupt, to be honest.
We have similar devices in 58 other urban centres. And will not hesitate to detonate, and will not
I
if
kind
our
of want to.
conditions are not met in full and without delay.
What could be minor earthquakes?
The people of our territory will no longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade. You are to remove it immediately.
We've lost contact with our
We will accept nothing less than your unconditional surrender.
Seems to be resetting.
Your territories will be taken
curious
under our control. We will install replacement governments to ensure that your citizens become part of the new future. Your borders are now our borders. Your people are our people. They will finally be fed
I don't know
and
if you are
clothed
receiving
and
this, but
educated
if you are,
and
then you
healed.
have to know. You have to know what's being done.
For your
what's being
privileged
done
few,
right now.
the moment that they feared is now upon them.
This is unprecedented. Our government has
Allow me
committed
to
an act,
be crystal
multiple
clear.
acts of mass destruction.
If you fire a single shot at our territory, or harm a single one of
I know,
our
I'm on it.
citizens,
I'm on it.
we will not hesitate to detonate further devices.
None of us did.
You will not find them. Though no doubt you are already searching for
wow.
them. Our technology is decades ahead of yours.
I know, I'm on it.
We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
What you got to say about that, Megan?
I don't really talk about my personal life in my job. It's not relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother. His name is David.
I'm surprised, actually.
His name is David. And right now I...
He's dead.
I can't get his stupid face out of my head. He's a researcher and he's currently travelling the continent for work. And I don't...
This game, honestly.
I don't know where he is right now. And I should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this news, and you also have loved ones on the continent, in Urkistan, or Havia, or San Palmerino, or Konoslava, which is where David was when I last spoke to him 3 days ago. So when I tell you, I know how you are feeling tonight, believe me, I do. But I also know that there's a flow to events. I see it every day here. I know that although tonight it feels like we may be in a time of fear and darkness, we may actually be at the break of a new dawn. We don't know that yet. We can't know that yet.
We go from here to...
Together we will find out. And I will be here every night, feeling what you are feeling. And with your help, maybe we can all get to that brave new world.
Brave new
My name's Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out.
Wait,
We'll ring
what?
him round, but the telephone networks are overloaded. We'll find him.
What is going on?
Exactly which cities were hit, or...
What? What? Hey, what?
We will find him.
What happened there? It wouldn't let me click. Was I not clicking on it?
Christmas, it's pre-Christmas, it's all of the Christmas. Ho, 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 it's a sale. It's gonna go, go, go. Come on down and pull a cracker. It'll go bang in your face and you'll take whatever comes out. Yay! Christmas pineapple.
Wow.
We don't care how many baubles. Take a candle. Set fire.
Take all the bubbles!
Set fire to your life if you're thinking.
Set fire to your life. Wow. Okay. I'm annoyed about that. I don't know what happened. I must not have been clicking on the button. It wouldn't even highlight it.
Christmas furniture. We got pre-Christmas Christmas furniture. It's a cracker of a deal.
Woo!
Yay! We got
Could have had this around Christmas time.
crazy Christmas dots in hats. We got crazy Christmas dots in hats and jumpers. If you're feeling hungry,
I want them all.
You can have a dog all along. And remember, a dog isn't for life. It's just for Christmas to eat. It's a crazy deal at Crazy Meals. We've got elves on trees. We've got...
Okay, fine. Hang on, I want to see... Can I do this with not knocking my webcam over? Why did I do so badly? Language, unsuitable for children. I didn't... Well, maybe if Peter Clement wasn't such a twat. An interference-free show. An exceedingly poor edit. F you! Disrupt interfered with the show. Yeah, that's fair. I wanted to get some of their stuff. Okay. This game is so good with the making you feel and feel invested in the story that's going on. I gotta turn down my headphones quite loud. We don't want to get too rich. We were able to afford coffee last time. Where are we at? You got our full wages. We're not worrying every day. We could be in trouble then. Because I think, judging by the way things are, if we get too rich, then they'll be like, right, we need to take the money away from you because that's the way they work. Because communism. So yeah, we need to be careful with this. We can't do too good at our job. Yeah, I knew that would go down. I gotta be careful. Neither of and that's what the game is teaching you, telling you, is that, you know, it isn't as simple as just going, oh, they're racist or they're, you know, whatever. There's a lot of nuance, and you've got these two groups that are just like the other, which I think it needs to be. And as Super Ghost UK pointed out in the comments, the actors definitely need to be commended, because so much, I think, hangs on their I mean, obviously the writing as well, but so much hangs on their performances, and they do such a good job. I'm definitely... Wait, do we have a new category? Oh, Disrupt Hacks. Let's watch a Disrupt Hack. I might not get to watch it all because...
We are hearing stories of power fluctuations and what could be minor earthquakes throughout the continent. Stand by.
Bear in mind, Alan James
We've
is
lost
the one who was
contact with our
talking
benefactors in Urkistan and Konoslava. While our equipment seems to be resetting...
the most insane conspiracies. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have stuck with him.
Can we get this confirmed? Can we get this verified? I need this verified.
This is the most sane he's ever been. Thinking back to those early
I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you are receiving this, but if you are, then you have to know. You have to know what's being done right now to our neighbours. This is unprecedented. Our government has committed multiple acts of mass destruction in our name. Nor do I care how you voted. You didn't vote for this. None of us did. This can't be. We are awaiting further news and, oh, God. What if they respond?
No, because Julia Salisbury was saying that they did it. I thought she was admitting that they did it and that they would continue to do it. Or was she retaliating for... Or was that the end? I don't know, because I went between the two. I'm not 100% sure. But, were they retaliating? Okay. Oh, we're going into another gameplay. Bloody hell. Oh, no. Ah. It looks like the Stan music video. It was odd to have a loading screen when... Wait. That's never been up in the corner before. That's never been up in the corner before. Right? I know nobody's watching, but... Huh. I would have to go back. I don't think that's ever been... The fact we're in the yellow may be a concern. We need to keep an eye on that. We need to do more shit at our job, apparently. Day 371. A proportionate response. Oh, so this is the same night. The rest of your shift passes in a blur with the same words going around and around in your head. Operatives working for advanced detonated... Yeah, operatives working for advanced detonated nuclear explosives. Initial estimates put the death toll into the millions. Did this really just happen? You pull into the driveway with no memory of the journey home. The light in the front room is on. Clearly someone else is still awake. The door creaks open into the living room and you find Sam sitting on the sofa staring at the TV. The screen is off and they're clearly lost in thought. You take a seat beside them and put a reassuring hand on their shoulder. Oh, I will say, it has been funny to see people refer to Sam's sibling automatically as brother. Every video I saw is just like, oh yeah, the brother-in-law is the worst. I was just like, okay, because the only ones that are definitely set in stone are your son and daughter. And obviously, you know, the characters on the news, in the newsroom. So it's funny that, I mean, I've automatically assumed, not assumed, but I've automatically been referring to Sam as our wife. So, they don't look at you. So isn't weird? It's funny how your brain goes to certain thinking because of what you're used to in media and storytelling. They don't look at you, but they do reach up to take your hand in theirs. It's all your fault. Now you're closer. You can see the tears flowing freely down Sam's face. Holy crap, how bad is our eyesight? They've got my sight ability, apparently. Oh! Yeah, because she was in orchestra! Oh, little girl! No! I know, I don't know what to do. Because she sent us a letter saying where she was, but she was kind of wrapping up her trip, so what the hell can we do? The bastards killed Susie! Wait, she's confirmed? And millions of others, all because of their fucking war, which we never asked for. Behind the tears, you see a fire, raw fury. Oh, she's totally blaming us. You have a cup of coffee. You've never seen in Sam before. I hate them, Alex. I know you've never been a fan of Advance, but after this, they're monsters. I need to know. You understand that we can't just be indifferent. We need to actually do something. Ooh. Advance did what was necessary. Oh no, we're not going for that. I'm glad that they were prepared to do what was needed to protect us all. No, definitely not that. I don't think it's that simple. The country is suffering. This war has to end. Yeah, you don't... That's... No. Nothing can justify what they did. And anyone who tries to just as bad as they are. Yes, it's got to be that one. I know, again, there's a very grey area here. I'm sorry, I'm not nothing like nuclear war. That's just no. I don't want to get political and stuff. It's difficult when playing a game like this. I'm avoiding it and stuff like that. But that's relief spreads over Sam's face like a wave, and they collapse against you, clutching tightly. Clearly, this was weighing heavily on them. I'm shocked. Clearly, the cups of coffee have been great for her, because this is the first time. I mean, last time she was, but she has not been particularly supportive of us in the past, constantly judging us. So, you're not sure you've even processed it all fully yet. But at least you'll get through it together. So, is Susie confirmed dead? Or, because, I mean, she was travelling, she said she would go one place, and I know she mentioned Urkistan and the other places that supposedly have been bombed. But that doesn't mean... I don't know. I'm going to be interested to see if she does randomly turn up. Like, I was on my way home, Mum and Dad. Well, Mum and Mum. Whatever I'm going to say my character is. Day 380. A final farewell. Oh, she did die. The last week has passed in a blur. A rush of things... Or as our mother died. A rush of things to do, but all immediately forgotten, your memory clouded by a dark fog. 9 days since the so-called Liberation Night and the beginning of Advance's new future. You weren't the first ones at the church today. You were staggered by the number of people who have come to mourn with you. Everyone here for the same reason, sharing the same... I thought I heard a voice going, Remington's fist. Pain, the same sense of loss. It's written all over their faces, much as it would be on yours. You step away from everyone else, needing space to gather your thoughts. Your daughter, poor little Susie, gone. Sam said little since that evening. They're still getting over the shock. But when you walk over and squeeze their hand, they squeeze back tightly. You'll get through this together. Yeah, you just keep telling yourself that. You can only imagine how awful it would be to face this alone. There hadn't even been a coffee. Oh, a coffee. Sorry. There hadn't even been a coffin to bury. This guy just... Oh, holy shit. A whole year? Day 713, an academic exodus. Oh. This is feeling a little too close to home. I mean, obviously not nuclear war, but, I mean, it's a seemingly ordinary morning, but as you get into work, you find a small crowd gathered in the break room. When you go in to grab your first cup of tea of the day... Tea! You can't help but overhear some excited chatter. You didn't hear? Yeah, another one's gone missing. What's that bring the total up to now? Oh, I should think over 100 at this point. They won't all have been reported or noticed yet. Sorry, what's going on? An excited young woman turns to you and begins to explain. Another professor went missing from Queensview University. With all the other disappearances over the last year, scientists, doctors, researchers. She pauses before lowering her voice to a whisper. It's clearly disrupt targeting the people speaking on up against them. I even heard Advance is struggling to prevent further. A deep, familiar voice from behind you interrupts. What exactly is going on here? A silence overtakes the room as you all turn in unison towards the doorway. I'm assuming it's Bozeman, that's why I did that voice. Please say it's Megan. That'd be awesome. Oh, it is Bozeman. Bozeman clears his voice before continuing. I've told you before, I don't want to hear about these so-called disappearances. Come on now, people. Advance have been very clear that there's nothing to worry about. Which means they're not our problem, and unless they start classing cappuccinos as intellectual, I don't think anyone here has anything to worry about. Best get back to work. Bozeman holds up a hand to keep you as everyone else files out of the room. Look, I know you have a habit of doing what you want, but things are different now. Advance runs the show, and they've made their feelings clear. So now I'm doing the same. Channel 1's official position is that the government has things well in hand. Nothing more, nothing less. I trust I won't be hearing talk about this again. He gives you a curt nod before leaving. It seems that, for better or for worse, public ownership is now in full swing. Bozeman is just, he's just a tool for the political, which is, I mean, it's a nightly news. It should be, you know, unbiased, but this is the way. Day 850, a career in the making. You remember when we were janitor, just cleaning the studio? Before all this, you drum your fingers on the steering wheel and impatiently as you wait for Charlie again. It's great he's enjoying the cohesion. Yeah, it's great that he's enjoying working for totally not the young Hitler for the Hitler Youth stand-in. That he's working for the Advance company. Yeah, it is. It's great. They killed his sister. It's fine. Enjoying the Cohesion Cadets and is so enthusiastic. But does he really need to stay behind every week to help? It's your Saturday evening too, after all. Ungrateful little shit. Finally, you see him exit the hall, a grin on his face. Totally indoctrinating him. You can't help but smile back, the frustration starting to fade as you see him so genuinely happy. See, we're the best parent. After hugging his friends goodbye, Charlie heads over to the car. pardon me, and gets in, his face flushed with excitement. So, how was... You're interrupted as he can't contain himself any longer. Guess what? What? You play along with a smile? Or, alright Charlie, calm down and tell me, what is it? What are we going for? Is anybody watching? Oh, it's me. So, hi to the other person watching. What should we go for? Let's play along. So, obviously the Cohesion Cadets is a starting point for becoming a CCO, so we get a head start when applying for that. Charlie gushes, clearly keen on explaining his news, almost tripping over the words in his efforts to tell you. Well, apparently, from next year, the top 5% of cadets will be taken into a special program to become CCMs, Community Cohesion Managers. And guess who's gonna be in it? He beams at you. Oh, no. He's like 14! A manager? That's great news, Charlie. We're all so proud of you. Or I see. And what exactly do these community cohesion managers do? Yeah, that's, I mean, I'm happy. You know, if he's happy, then whatevs. But I am skeptical. Oh, well, basically, they need a new liaison team between regular people, the CCOs, and the Betterment Department. And that'll be us. People come to us with concerns, and we'll decide whether they need referrals, and if so, to which department. Cool, right? Sounds great. Congratulations, bud. Or, so, you're gonna be helping people report on their friends. Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh. Wait, were we parked in a disabled spot? Unacceptable. Do you have a blue badge? Honestly, you're gonna be one of those. Are we gonna be one of those people who parks? Let's go that. It doesn't have to be in a nasty way, just in a curious way. I'm curious what our son's reaction to that kind of question is. Oh, we're gonna have multiple choice options. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I guess. But only bad people. You know, people that don't agree with us. It's about helping the community, making it safer for everyone. Charlie frowns at you. You don't like the CCOs? Or the betterment teams? No, it's not that. Forget about it. Well done, bud. I'm proud of you. Or, I'm just worried about them having that much power and turning people against each other. Oh. Okay. I'm getting reported. If I pick this, I am so getting arrested. Cups of coffee or not, that's a tough one. My instinct is to go for this. If anybody's in chat, please chime in. I'm getting reported. Whatevs. You're starting to sound like the people that Advance are trying to help. Charlie looks at you a serious expression on his face. Don't worry, I'll make sure that everyone gets the support they need. This is a good thing for the community, and the team will be able to help everyone. He nods to himself and sits back in his seat. The mood in the car is somewhat icy for the rest of the journey home. I love the fact Susie has just been forgotten about at this point. It's just like, yeah, what else? You hope it's not a sign of where things are going. I knew when we let him go, I was just like, yeah, this is going to become a conflict of interest. Blimey, more text, okay. Do, 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 do. I love this. This soundtrack is so good. Day 872. A spark to light the flames. You're surprised to find Sam in bed next to you. She's boosted into existence. Hello? What are you doing here, bitch? You're only my wife. It's fine. You're surprised to find Sam in bed next to you when you wake up. How dare she? They must have got in very late last night from drinks with the folks from school. Okay. You decide to let them sleep in and enjoy a lazy Sunday morning. With the house quiet, you decide to bring some breakfast into the living room to watch some TV while you eat. This is breaking news. Reports are coming in from across the country that large swaths of farmland went up in flames last night as part of what authorities are calling a heinous and well-planned act of terrorism by the group known as Disrupt. You drop your spoon back into the... Yeah, okay, I'm not being funny. Farms being set ablaze. Nuclear bombs. Yeah. Proportionate response there. You drop your spoon back into the porridge and turn up the volume. In addition to food stores, which government sources have said will put a strain on universal menu centres countrywide, a number of CCO and civic buildings were targeted in last night's attack. According to Prime Minister Julia, oh yeah, here's the symbol of absolute discretion. Julia Salisbury, specific prisons and re-education and betterment facilities were raided, and a small selection of problematic and potentially dangerous individuals were you've missed your end of... Oh no, it's not. Okay, ignore it. Individuals were forcibly extracted from lawful custody. You hold your breath, waiting to hear if anyone got hurt. Unfortunately, it appears that the CCOs were ill prepared for an event like this, and Disrupt seemed much more effective and well organized in comparison. While most of the targeted locations were thankfully empty of people given the lateness of the hour, the betterment centres were fully staffed when they came under attack. 17 CCOs and 4 administrative staff lost their lives as a result of the brutal actions of Disrupt last night, with countless more injured, many seriously, and rushed to hospital. A few Disrupt members were captured during the conflicts, but the vast majority seem to have evaded capture so far. More on this story as it develops. You go to turn off the TV. They're gonna have it be Charlie got grabbed, you watch, or killed. You're interrupted by Charlie walking down into the living room, bleary-eyed and with a piece of toast. Where did he get it? Like, does he have a toaster upstairs? Anything interesting going on? He gestures to the TV. No. Just a bit of Good Morning Britain. It's fine. Mutely, you leave the news on as they cycle through the... Oh, wait, what? Hang on. Wait. Charlie walks into the... Charlie has always been he. Why are they now calling Charlie? Why do they say as they cycle through... Oh! As in... I'm a moron, sorry. I misread that. As in, as the news cycles through the story again. Charlie watches in a hushed silence. By the end of the broadcast, they're dubbing it The Night of Fire. Everything's gonna be okay, right? Yeah, it's all going to be fine, bud. I hope so. We'll have to see. Well, first off, the sketch doesn't know how to read, so, you know, it's a good start. Well, let's do this. Let's not lie to him. Did I just accidentally click the wrong one? Holy crap. It's so easy to forget that these kind of events do, like, span over months and years. So, it's easy to go, wow, what's with all this time pass? It's like, actually, no, that is exactly what it would be. The uprising. A year and a half.
Can you hear me? Alex?
Yes?
Are you receiving? Calling. Come in, Alex.
How do I answer?
Can you hear the signal? Pick up.
Where?
Alex, are you receiving? Pick up. This is Alan James.
Hi!
The revolution starts tonight, Alex, and we need your help. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you to do things that will directly help with this mass protest. I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking in when I can. Please help get our message out. We're on the verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favour. If you play our tape at the second break, that's when we think it will have the most impact. It's on your right.
Okay. Oh, wait. I did that wrong. Wait, which way is it?
I am perfectly capable of messing up my own love life.
Sorry about that. David wouldn't get off the phone.
Oh, is David single?
Christ's sake, Colin, stay out of it.
I can help you. I'm an expert at romance. Ask my ex-wives.
Please don't set me up with your brother. That's 10 seconds, everybody.
You're not as tight, babe.
Too short?
Too smart.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News, broadcasting across the
What
territories.
is
My name
La
is Megan
Dollum?
Wolf. Our top stories tonight. Ashes to ashes. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted attacks across the territories. The coordinated action, dubbed the Night of Fire by commentators, was seen as an attempt to subvert the supply chain, but there may have been more to it. While emergency services were all kept busy at the agricultural centres, it seems a series of covert attacks was carried out, including the freeing of political prisoners and, sources say, several assassination attempts. The Department of Betterment have declined to comment. Food, glorious food. With the last of the menu centres opening in territories 5, 8 and 14 today, Advance confirmed that the programme is now in full operation, providing free food for every citizen of the new future. What started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed into a social contract that is the envy of the unawakened world. Jack Tractorpants, spokesman for the menu centres, said today that while they can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual quality of the meals you cook depends on whether you have a touch of Chef Jordan Rankley or the culinary skills of a professional footballer. If I were a rich man, problems in territories 11, 17 and 22 today as striking...
God, we're living in like Hunger Game level
economies. With seemingly no awareness of irony, the former CEOs and MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators Union, with demands including a return to 150% bonuses, private jets and mandatory grovelling zones. Yeah. In an annoying show of petulance, the former elites drove their luxury vehicles at 10 miles per hour up and down the motorways of their respective territories. The coordinated protest of elites inconvenienced several 100,000 of their employees. Some fun now. Signs of ever more resistance to Advance's radical policies today, as popular resistance movements
just noticed we've gone back to our old blue background there.
Across the territories. The organisation's emblem appeared in every major city across the territories last night in a well-coordinated publicity stunt, which has seen them dominate the headlines. Asked about the impressive display earlier
kind of
today,
liked it on the panda though, won't
spokesperson
lie.
Alan James said that the movement was reaching what he described as a critical mass. Of course, we've been following an iron's fist in a velvet glove. Disaster at the High Court today as Rymington's Fist loses their court battle against local residents. Regular viewers will remember that after a cocktail of dangerous explosives was used to accelerate the MOVES project last year, 3 nature reserves, an ancient burial ground and the entire town of Calamity fell into the resultant hole. CEO Sophia Rymington, seen here leaving the High Court after the judge's damning verdict, is expected to resign before the end of the day. I guess you could say a boss lady go boom boom. A disappointing ending to an explosive time for the youngest female CEO.
Yeah, because we did the Boom Boom, Project Boom Boom, didn't we?
Nerdpocalypse. It seems the story of the stranded scientists of Dante's Taint came to an end today with the final chapter written in blood. There don't seem to be any survivors in the remote cave system after a violent conflict broke out about the correct syntax of a binomial equation.
Again,
abandoned by their colleagues on the surface, denied supplies by a world which moved on without them, we have to ask ourselves who's to blame for this crisis? And where did they get those swords from? Cash in the hat trick. Beer tycoon and world's richest man, Johnny Hamsleeves, is seeking to cement his place in the annals of history by today releasing his own currency. Johnny claims the mint he's installed on the east shore of his private island can print 100,000 pennies an hour.
Is it just me or are the
Lacking any
pictures looking the
status
same?
as legal tender whatsoever, he encourages customers to use it to fill swimming pools, decorate living rooms, or trick the elderly. All that, plus we'll be taking a trip to Dangley Parts for the notice board, as well as getting a sneak peek at
Dangley
the
Doodle
hottest
Farm
ticket in town. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Today is the day we take back control. Soon it will be time for you to help us again. Come out of your houses, block the traffic, bring the capital to a standstill. I've met so many.
But first, 500 days after the loss of a fine leader and a great man, the
Jeremy
start of tonight's programme is dedicated to remembering and celebrating the life of Peter Clement. Patrick Bannon is live from Parliament Park, where
Did he
Julie
die?
Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a memorial garden in Peter's honour. Patrick.
Listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
We're live.
Funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick.
They were, and I don't mind saying it. They were, because he held her back. But now there's no stopping her.
Hello, Patrick, we're
Of
live.
course, can't say that, can I, Francis? No, not with public ownership. No, with public ownership, you can't say anything these days. She's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide that... Hello, Megan, you join me here live from the what? Hello, Megan, you join me here live.
Wow.
Oh.
He's lost.
Lost some signal there for a moment. Well, we will be going live to that groundbreaking ceremony just as soon as we can get Patrick back. Meanwhile, let me just say, I think the memorial gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs, and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job.
And then he was
Oh,
never seen
okay, all right,
ever
it seems like
again.
we have got the signal back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
Thank you, Megan. I'm Patrick Bannon, and we are indeed live here. Apologies for the technical difficulties there, but any moment now, Julia Salisbury will step out on stage behind me.
Alex, Bozeman here. The boys in editing have just informed me that the eulogy footage isn't fully cut together yet. You're going to have to do it on the fly.
Oh.
For goodness sake, make sure you make him look good.
Slowly gathering since this afternoon.
This is Alan. You can undermine them here and help us win hearts and minds.
Oh.
Make him look bad, Alex. Really bad.
And it seems like the ceremony is getting underway. Here is
Oh no, this is going to be
Julia
rough.
Salisbury, the picture
Because I'm not going to be
writers
able to
to begin
see.
her dress.
Good evening, fellow
Oh no, this is going to be rough because
and
I'm not going to be able to
friends.
see like the pictures.
500 days ago, all of our lives changed irrevocably. Still reeling from the triumphs and tribulations of Liberation Night, another great loss befell the people of these newly united territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a hero. Peter Gordon Clement.
Peter's death at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a working-class family on a housing estate in Rotherham, Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start on television.
This
First
is gonna
moving
be
and
rough.
building scenery, and then developing into the personality that we all knew and loved so much.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them. Courage, integrity, empathy, and hard, bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners.
What is this?
He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these united territories.
Famous for his potty mouth, it's estimated conservatively
yeah.
that
Do you know how
Clement
difficult he
uttered
was
over
to-
1.5 million swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2 million F-bombs alone.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation
I'm
Night,
just going to guess. I
he
don't
wasn't
know.
the man we loved. But his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that spark of wit and wisdom of a life lived for others.
I can't see the screen, so it's going to be
Prime Minister
whatever.
Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering
Really?
from the
He wasn't
long-term
blown up in
effects
a
of
nuclear box?
alcohol abuse.
Okay. I thought Julia had kind of.
I first met Peter nearly
This is going
20
to be a
years
terrible
ago.
edit.
Moments before I was supposed to give a speech.
We've not gone
Nothing
up
like
in
this one,
things
actually.
ages.
Only I'd spilt coffee all down myself. And I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked. And then from behind me, I heard, "Christ, pet, you've either pissed your kecks or sprung a leak, but either way, you got a problem." And before I could even say a word, he stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind, compassionate, sensitive, a brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man. This glorious of ours, so beautiful and new.
Okay.
This shining beacon of
Thank you, Alex.
equality and
There'll be another opportunity to steer public perception soon. It's really starting.
Okay,
You'll
so
know
I.
when.
his
Okay.
accomplishments.
So I made him look shit
The
enough.
future he forged, the
I mean, he was a
boundaries he
tosser.
pushed. To me,
I'm not going to make him look amazing.
he'll always be the man in his pants, cheering on a stranger at the back of the conference.
Goodbye.
It is my great honour to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Shall we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10.
Oh, I
9,
can't wait to hear what
8,
she's.
7.
Now, Alex, control the message.
Breathing, I can't.
Oi!
You two, come with me. Don't panic.
What am I doing?
We need a medic here. You're hurting me.
Well, stop resisting, me. Stop resisting and we'll let you up.
No resisting. You two, stay with him.
Mom, we have to stay by your side.
I am the Prime Minister, and if I give you an order...
Turn the camera off. National Night News has the right to be here. I said turn the fucking camera off. Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
Yes. Let it.
Just stay with me. No, stay with me.
Would you consider this payback? Salisbury's still here.
We're going to request authorization. Send it both.
You were guilty of the murder of more than 10 million people. Justice demands a response.
Haven't you done enough? Look around you.
Fucking
This is
time.
what your precious freedom looks like, is it? Oh, no.
People of territory! The streets, the time has come! Stop violence! Break windows! Draw them out! They can't stop us all! Resist! Distract!
Lower your weapons!
Mom?
I said, lower your weapons now!
Wow.
Come on!
See.
Will you turn that off, please, sir? I said, please turn that off.
Wait, what?
Shocking scenes from the capital there, exclusively on the National Nightly News, and our apologies to any of our viewers.
So why are you watching this? Why are you not in the streets with us tonight? What will it take for you to get up and be a part of this march on team headquarters?
We'll update you on the latest from this disrupt attack later in the programme, but when we come back, it's time for happier pursuits, and you know what that means by now.
Ah!
Don't go away.
Lost cause?
We'll be back after this. God, does anyone know if everyone's safe? Are the crew okay?
That didn't go so well, Alex. But we
no.
can turn it around in the next segment.
This is becoming a weekly
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
different tonight.
I wasn't quite clear on, like, I didn't want to make Julia look good, but...
We're off to Stanley fucking Park.
That's journalism, apparently.
Can we get set for the next sequence?
Yes, we're still going. How badly did I do? Microsoft Magnifier, you're stopping me. Oh, A+! Yay me! Okay.
Only Ladder gives you high-impact colour with new shade lock technology that...
Alex, during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know. Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the air for at least 5 seconds. Our operative
Bro
will do
punch.
the rest.
Ian, this is your new makeup artist, Craig.
No.
What?
No.
You're not very good if you don't know who your operative is.
Okay, we are
Oh
going.
yeah,
in
we've got somebody in the
5,
studio,
4,
but we don't know who they are.
3,
God knows.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan Wolfe. Very shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become a hugely successful feature, the Notice Board. But before we do, let's chat with Philippa Radon. Tell me, why do you think the public love the Notice Board so much?
It's real.
How am I going to know?
I said it.
I'm not.
It connects with people. You know, people look at us and they say, those are
My
real
eyes really
people
irritated.
struggling with real problems.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to my PA secretary as I got out of the limo, I was saying, it's good for people to see normal, authentic people like them on TV.
People like you.
Yeah, precisely. Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line.
Yes, well, I think it's really good that our screens are filled with such relatable stories. So, the Notice Board is coming to an end after a sensational time at the top. What do you think has made this show so successful?
It's a combination of so many things. My hard work.
Of course.
My talent, my look.
Wow, you really have a lot to thank you for.
Hey. You're welcome.
We've just heard our man's on camera for.
I have a real sense of responsibility now. You know,
Get back to the interview, Alex.
something precious, and that I should use that platform for good.
Yeah, I think that's really important, that we should use this platform to do good in the world. I agree.
That's exactly it. So I've decided to help as many...
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them the go.
Is that better access to education or reducing child poverty?
No, by adopting as many as I can get my hands on.
Oh, okay. How many children have you adopted?
Oh, we're well into the double figures now, Megan. I stopped counting in the late 30s.
Goodness, that is a lot of children.
Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry cupboard.
Oh, you really are some sort of hero.
Hey, I live a privileged life. What can I say?
Yeah,
I mean,
clearly.
Any child I can take on is a child rescued from suffering.
Poor children. Were their lives really that bad before?
Oh, they're Normans, I presume so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's shocking to think, actually, that only 1 in 10,000 children have a celebrity parent.
Oh, how dare they!
And I'm doing
Such
everything I
urchins.
can to fix those numbers.
What do you think it is about your life that's so desirable, then?
Well, it's mainly shame and panic interspersed
Money.
with expensive bottled water, so actually, if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade.
Now that I can relate to. Right, you better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Radon sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective. Clearly, not everyone else agrees,
Yeah, clearly.
but that's enough from me. Let's go now over to Dangly Parts for the final ever episode of the Notice Board.
What a
Gotta go through
day!
this again.
First the tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do.
Ha 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 ha. Drinking is funny.
Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh,
what is going
Laura,
on right
it's
now?
you. I thought for a moment you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course, keep forgetting that thanks to you and your colleagues, violence on our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know, it's a disgrace.
What is going on?
Somebody...
It's time for the go code. Give us 3 boos in a row, Alex. That will start the pincer movement. We might just pull this off. Push forwards! 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks heavy.
3 boos in a row.
They don't call me the Right Reverend. Ripped for no reason.
Yes!
It's no good.
It looks like all those crucifix classes were a waste of time.
Perhaps you, a young CCO, would be able to move it.
2 for 2. Fantastic.
I know, I'm awesome, right? I clicked a button. Oh yeah, look at this. This is, you totally want to be in the CCOs with this strength.
Looks like all those lifting classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy, even for me, a strong and capable
You did it, Alex. We're good to go.
to lift this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town? Hi!
Well done, Captain Evans. You're
have to
so
be
much
high to
stronger
watch
than
this.
us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
Whatever. Oh, no.
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferrets struck again last night. When Ray opened the
Not as
post
good as,
office
what was it,
this
Billy the
morning,
Fist
he
or
found
whatever,
that
Jimmy the Fist or
every
whatever it
single
was.
stamp had been pre-licked. My
God!
Some people have no decency.
Sadly, if we don't catch him before tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry, we won't let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No, no, no. Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because
I'm
of
gonna
his
get such a bad
nature.
edit rating.
But really, it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll
this
catch
game
this
of bodily
pissy
functions.
nonsense and save the village fate. Or my name's not Captain Danger Evans.
Yeah, that's
The
totally
community
legit,
cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me! Blackout!
I'm not gonna sing.
It's the morning of the village fete, thanks to theatrical convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look! There's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team setting up for a show that will be far too expensive for live television.
I'm going to set up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
First, I'm running the tombola. Then, I'll be selling forgiveness for money.
Aren't you judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donuts.
Damn ferret has struck again.
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll just have to cancel the fete.
Hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days
How
a week.
dare you make me work more?
But how did
Priests
you
do
know?
work more than just Sunday.
Well, my first clue was the smell.
Yes, I do smell of urine.
Bombs going off.
I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
Or perhaps eating Mrs. Craven's baking.
Which brings me on to my third clue. The vicar said that he had no more room
at the inn.
Almost as if he'd had his fill.
Precisely.
But you managed to figure it all out from that?
Well, I
He's
also
Columbo secretly.
found this at the scene.
That proves nothing. No!
Get him out of here, officer!
You did it, Captain. You could say you ferreted him out.
Hey, come on. Let's go and have a party in my massive garden.
in my pants.
Doing well.
Thanks to you, we're all doing well. Well, that was it, the final ever episode of the Notice Board, and what a way to end it. Thank you as always to Jeff, Philippa and Tommy. After the break, we'll be both dancing and learning, so don't change that channel. We'll be right back.
That's the ads. Well done, everybody.
Wow!
Thanks for surviving it.
What a brilliant run, eh? After party at my place, eh?
Alex, this station is supposed to be unbiased. Your
yeah!
behavior will end up getting us taken into public ownership even sooner. Less revolutionary zeal. Do your job.
Yeah, technically.
Well, I was wrong. And I'm here tonight to say I'm sorry. And
Yes, clearly we are absolutely unbiased.
One last push, Alex. We're closing in. One of the guests in the last section is working with us. You'll be asked to censor on our behalf. If you do it right, the final orders will be given. We'll get 3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right. We're
God.
gonna win this thing.
Haven't we done enough, dude?
Alex. Tonight we take it back.
What grade did we get?
Advance came to power.
Oh, hey, cool. Yeah, the news show that has been constantly going on about Advance's sponsorships and how they're doing good and the controlling, getting Meghan to push for them and stuff like that. Bozeman, you know, constantly, yeah, we're absolutely unbiased.
Under Advance, the country is poorer. It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in
Neither of these options are any good.
We are infantilized by Advance's naive
I'm a bit weary about.
Sarah, anything?
Sorry, Mum, I'm really not supposed to say.
Are we safe?
Hi, I'm Maddie. Johnny just said to ask if you need any touch-up.
I have
Did
poured
she?
myself out to the media to defend.
That's
the
my shade, is it?
Yeah.
This is my
I betrayed
shade?
my parents. I see that now. Mum.
What?
Dad.
You can run back to Jenny now.
Our only hope.
Sorry about that, Sarah. Nothing you can tell me. At all, at all.
They said no one's died, that's all I can say.
10 seconds.
I feel like we've helped disrupt a lot. I kind of.
Going in
Whatevs.
5, 4.
Megan's so done with it.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go back to Patrick Bannon at the scene of tonight's shocking Disrupt attack.
Is Patrick
But first,
gone
I'm
for
delighted
good?
to be joined by
Are
the
we
cast of the smash hit musical everyone is talking about. I'll be speaking with the cast in a moment, but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
The Novaries.
The Novaries!
Hello?
Hi.
Doctor? Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know.
What's going on?
I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John. He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning.
Coffee?
And we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs. We do charitable deeds.
You're a good couple.
But the flowers of a happy life are now beset by weeds.
I'm home.
Oh, darling,
What are you feeling today?
John, there's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our doctor, David Wong, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a lump.
You poor unlucky chump. Is it cancer?
Worse, so John, we're having a baby.
How can this be?
Oh, woe is me.
Why has this happened to me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of
Safety in our tiny flat. We built a peaceful habitat. Now our lives are fucked with having a baby. Now you can't have any wine at book club.
And there won't be any time
Double
for
club,
foot rubs.
double
Now
condoms
your
might be
hair
your
will
issue
stink
there.
of weed.
And you'll start to disagree.
And forget about that holiday in territory 3.
That you're never going to get a good night's sleep again. No more snap decisions to go on to a club. You'll be lucky if you even make it out to the pub.
Why can't we be more like our gay and lesbian chums?
The only glue they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
They do have children as well.
At home.
The parasite won't leave you alone.
Oh, this is so good.
We're our top priority. I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife. We got a childless life.
Ba 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 da ba da.
No one wails and no one woes. No one draws things.
Join in, everybody.
On the walls. A happy husband. A wonderful wife. We got a childless life.
Ha ha,
We're
suckers.
having a baby.
We're having a baby. Changing nappies daily. We're
Having a baby.
Ba ba da ba da ba.
no more weekends by the coast. Now your kid is uppermost. It's more than a passing
What was I supposed to be doing again?
childless days.
We're having a baby.
Food and drink thrown everywhere. Death trap toys at the top of the stairs. Every parent prays down childless days.
We're having a baby.
No more stars and no more. We're having a baby.
Soundtrack on this game. Seriously.
Time for a whole new phase.
We're having a baby.
One more thing before the show begins. Have you considered that you might be having twins?
What? Oh, that was too good.
Amazing. The Novaries there, treating us to their opening number from Elegy for a Childless
Giving you
Life, which is
nightmares for
currently
years to
the
come.
hottest ticket in the Capital Theatre District, and we'll be touring the territories later this year. Right then, come on you lot, come on down, let's go, don't be shy. Hello. Hi Megan. It's an honour to be here. Oh really, are you fans of the show? Yes, used to be. Well, listen, let's get stuck in.
Till Jeremy killed
Your
himself.
amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
With matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributes.
You're a
their
little
ideas,
better than the
and
other
Some
guys.
of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down. Shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack.
Jim Blunt, pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Boram Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Sapley. Used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible. And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right? with your names beginning with a J.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
How have we never noticed that?
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times? You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew. It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it.
And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples, you know, in real life as well as in the show.
Oh, well, not exactly.
Oh no, we have gangbangs.
I'm with Janet.
Good times.
I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well,
For
let's
now.
hope there's some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack. Jen, Janet, Jill, Jen, Janet, Jill.
What about John?
Well, my
Fuck
character
John.
was originally just called Man 1.
It was allegorical. It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
After much toing and froing.
And gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh, God, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Mimley Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital.
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
Yeah, bring
You
that up
really
again.
don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes,
we all had to move to the
capital.
Makes me think of
It's been a very turbulent
the ABBA
time.
song,
So peaceful.
where they joke about
No singing.
Agneta being the young one.
This piece isn't.
Stand by, Alex. Censor the orange.
It's about children.
Censor the
And
orange.
why you shouldn't have them.
In a way, I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well, about 35, as they're the most likely to be afflicted by this terrible problem. Terrible problem.
Having children.
You understand, Megan.
You clearly agree.
This isn't about me. Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit, but eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives, and there's no time to play the guitar, get through a book, or watch a movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the couch by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
Very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one.
Because you're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Janet, please, Jennifer. Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Janet. Got you back.
So could you just tell us
Let's go for have some sex.
about? What happens in it?
Well,
Go ahead.
it's a tragedy, obviously.
Pregnancy.
Jennifer, myself,
What
and John
tragedy?
have their child, and then the story charts the downfall of their hopes and dreams.
And there's lots of singing.
Mr. Bell, what's that over there?
My character works at a menu centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for children's TV advertising at the age of 22, she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say more, though. I probably said too much already.
Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might come to see it.
Which should be all of you.
Wait, what happened?
For too long, we've been told that a life without children is somehow incomplete, that children are a
That's
blessing.
true.
Well, I've done the research, and they're not. Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place, so...
We just want people to have the option of a happy, child-free life without stigma. You know, when I was 14, before I had come out, I had an experience with a girl called Julia Jacobs. She was an experiment, I guess, you
Amy
know.
Jacobs.
To
Slut!
dip my toes into the...
Fascinating. Well, thank you all so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles for many performances to come. The nose room's there. And I am pleased to say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest.
Wait, does he still
from
exist?
Tonight's horrific events. Patrick, are you okay?
Thank you, Megan. This is Patrick Bannon reporting from the scene
Absolutely.
of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack
This
tonight
stuff will
this
be
evening.
interested in the rushes.
An attack which I myself have been found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll forgive me if I seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
You're still here?
I couldn't leave. Not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same.
Oh my God.
I don't deserve praise for being human.
I mean, kudos to her for
Yes,
sticking
no
around.
accolades
But
here. Or Palisades. Or lemonade. Right. So, is the situation... Now, are we safe?
Yes.
Till I
The
nuke
security
somebody else.
services perform their duties without hesitation. And I would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries, there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good news about the...
What's going on up here?
Sorry, did you say no deaths?
That's right. No civilian deaths. Just the 4 disrupt terrorists curtailed by law enforcement who were, as always, so cohesive. If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Of course. The camera... There's the... Speak there, on the camera there.
Stay at home tonight. Do not become another casualty of war. Disrupt have had their moment, but as the
Yeah,
dear
but I
departed
didn't kill
Peter
anybody.
Clements once famously said, it ends today.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for those strong words of strength. Back to the studio. Megan, now in the studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely reporting from the front line of tonight's horrifying
Patrick.
bombing. Maybe you need to get checked out, Patrick. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's National Night News. But before we go, throughout the programme tonight, we've been receiving reports of disrupt activities throughout the territories. Through a series of coordinated attacks, these terrorists are attempting to undermine Advance's vital work. However, sources at team headquarters have told us that this placid revolution was not only predicted, but allowed to happen. Our government have lured Disrupt out from the shadows, and they are not the overwhelming force they would have you believe. The military have been actioned, and, well, it's pretty scary out there tonight, so stay at home and stay with Channel 1, because the team has assured this programme that the turbulence will soon be over, and we can once again focus our minds on building a new future with equality, fairness, and liberties for all.
Oh, God.
My name is Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
Damn it, Alex. Tonight is the beginning of the fall of Advance. Fighter jet, 11 o'clock. Charges bridge, sir. Permission to detonate. Permission granted, old friend. We are going to detonate. Look out your window, Alex. See what you helped make happen. She's coming down.
Amazing animation. The FMVs are well shot and that, but more work could have been done on the not FMVs. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. What did we get? E? E? My school, oh, is it because of the bad censoring stuff? Oh, it'd be because of the Disrupt stuff. Hey! Garbage. Garbage, I tell you. Just so incensed right now. Let's see why, I really should pay more attention to this. Yeah, that's fine. Wow, that's quite a drop off. I was doing so well. They were like, oh yeah, you're doing such a good edit on that song. I was like, nope. My tablet just went off. Wow, it was that super blurry. Disrupt destroyed the Channel 1. Oh, they destroyed our tower, broadcast tower. Language unsuitable for children. I thought I did okay with that. An interference-free show, because I'm awesome. An exceedingly poor edit. I don't need to be mean about it. You played one advert too late. What? I did not. F off. Advance angered by content, that's fair. Disrupt interfered with the show. Disrupt interfered with the show. Okay. How am I doing? Got a full wages. We're not worrying anymore every day. Ooh. What is our, like, standing with Remington's fist? Like, how does that help us? Or is that their oh, shares! Okay, I don't really pay attention to that stuff. That's why I'm a bit like, ugh. Yeah, we need to balance this out a little bit. I think we're more than heartbroken at this point. Seeing as the towers come down. Let's check this out. While I turn my tablet back on. I know nobody's in the...
We are hearing stories of power fluctuations and what could be minor earthquakes throughout the continent. Stand by.
Oh yeah, this is just the same one. Okay.
We've lost contact with our benefactors in Urkistan and Konoslava. All our equipment seems to be resetting.
I think this is the one we saw, isn't it?
Can we get this confirmed?
Yeah, this is. Okay, fine. Let's just continue. Oh, only one day. Okay. Boop, boop. Did we die? Are we in a transition center? You arrive somewhere. What was this? An important review. Oh, we're in trouble. You arrive at work a little early despite a stressful journey in. You still aren't quite sure of everything that happened, though if the swarm of CCOs all over the building is anything to go by, this isn't just a Channel 1 matter. This is confirmed when you are informed you need to... Yeah, we're getting disappeared. You need to speak to Bozeman immediately and are escorted to his office. You sit nervously outside, waiting for your boss. I want to know what happened to Patrick. That poor man just went through one issue to the next. A few minutes later, the boss man arrives, dishevelled and with a stern-looking CCO in tow. Oh yes, Winston. Good. This is Specialist Abels. She will be observing this interview. Please come inside and take a seat. The ruddy-faced man bustles into his office and leaves the door open for you to follow. The few times you've been here before, it was immaculate, with everything in its proper place, because we used to tidy it. Not so today. It must be serious for Bozeman to be this flustered. We'll get through this and then we'll call it for the night. So, Alex, do you know why you're here today? Bozeman's eyes are sharp and his gaze is fixed on your face from across the desk. Abels is standing behind you, out of sight, but definitely not out of mind. Not really, no, I wasn't involved with anything that happened yesterday. I assume to do with what happened with Disrupt last night. We'll go for that. There's no point denying it. What happened last night was nothing short of the culmination of a heinous and outrageous campaign of terror that Disrupt have been reaping on this nation and its territories. Bozeman shoots a glance behind you to your left, where your CCO observer is standing. And it is, of course, our duty to root out this rot wherever we find it, to prevent anything that like last night happening ever again. I have been asked by Advance to perform interviews with all staff members involved and will be submitting a personal review of your performance, both during the incident in question and throughout your time here. This can only end. This can only end well. His expression remains stern. Just tell the truth, Winston, and this will be all over soon. Arranging some papers, Bozeman clears his throat and begins. Obviously, a lot happened last night, and I have a number of interviews to conduct today, so I'd rather not waste any time. Be brief, concise, and clear in your answers. You nod. So, let's start at the beginning of the broadcast and work our way through. Are you kidding me, dude? I've just been judged on my broadcast. After the attack at the memorial, you seem to have portrayed the terrorists in a quite sympathetic light. Why? I showed what was happening. Exactly, the news. That's the job, right? Or I did what I felt was right at the time. That? I mean... I see. You're saying it couldn't be helped, and you had to show the aftermath as you did. I'll be sure to make a note of that. Funny how unauthorized footage always seems to find its way into your broadcasts. I'm not, you've had so much chance to put me back as a janitor, dude. Seriously. What happened to Dave? Did Dave die? Was he nuked? We haven't heard from Dave in ages. Dave, for those who don't know, is or forgotten. He was the one who got us in this job. It was very Five Nights at Freddy's. He phoned us up and was like, "You mate, you take over. I'm on holiday, yeah." And we've not heard from him for a while. Bozeman scribbles some notes down. The noise of his pen scratching into the notepad, punctuated only by the constant tick-tock of the ornate clock. Hopefully, this will all be over soon. Reviewing the broadcast, we noticed something a little odd about a particular camera choice. Did you see all of the broadcast? There were a few questions about some of a lot of the camera choices, to be honest. Clearly, judging by apparently my bad editing. It was while everyone else was talking. Oh, where did I put it? Yes, here we are. Do you recognize this? With a flourish, Bozeman produces the leaflet from the notice board and places it on the desk in front of you. I honestly didn't even notice it was there, or I assumed it was just part of the set. Why else would it have been there and on camera? That one. So you're saying the blame lies entirely with the crew on set? There's no way you could possibly use your own judgment. Dude, I can barely see the little screens. I'm just clicking between them and just trying to keep the audience happy, because apparently they get bored if they're stuck on the same screen for more than 5 seconds. Judgment to have determined it was unsuitable. You hear a disapproving grunt from the CCO behind you. Typical Winston, we shall see. Not exactly subtle there. There was one thing we noted during the finale of the notice board. Bozeman picks up some notes on the other side of his desk. You seem to play an odd choice of sound effects relatively early on. Again, my soundboard skills kind of sucked. Don't judge me for that. I've already been judged by my grade. Relatively early on. Now, the script was expecting laughs, but for all three you chose to play booze. Why did you do that? I'm sorry, I was under the impression that I could pick freely. Did that change? Or I felt they were the most appropriate choices. And it's subjective after all. Art is subjective after all. Which one should we go for? Let's go for that one. He's not gonna buy it. Yes, well, choice is given to those who show they can employ a sufficient degree of good judgment. It may be we need to review this policy, or at least who qualifies for it. Oh, thank God, please take away my soundboard skills. You can see Bozeman is frowning as he adds to his notes. It might have been nice to have him on your side, but he's a corporate shill. How many other people would he be interviewing today? A loud creak breaks the... Sorry, I don't think I'm breaks the growing silence as Bozeman leans back in his chair. The tape. Oh, that poor Miss Brightman. Why did you play it? Help me understand why play that tape. As you meet his gaze, you're almost surprised to see an earnest concern in the old man's eyes. I was worried what Disrupt might do if I didn't play it, or it seemed like the news. Isn't that what we do? Show the news. Good question. What are we gonna do, guys? Oh, it's just me watching. Let's go for that. You watch as Bozeman slowly cleans his glasses before answering. Well, at the end of the day, you chose to do it, Alex. I know what I'd have done. What I'd have done in your shoes. Well, just ignore that. There, somebody did not proofread this. After all, you have a habit of playing tapes you shouldn't, don't you? He clears his throat and leans forward again, staring at you for a moment before continuing. That is, however, all I had for you. We need some comments there, just saying. Thank God it's over. Apparently, during this one, whoever was typing was just like, yeah, whatever, can't be asked. I think that's all the information we need for now, Winston. Bozeman looks questioningly at the CCO, but by the time you've turned around, the moment has passed. Best you go home for now. There's no work for you until we get a new satellite tower up. But of course, don't leave town. I may have more questions for you following the other interviews. As you leave, you see open hostility in Specialist Abel's eyes. Well, you knew there'd be consequences. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, another year. Holy shit. What, nearly? Oh my god. We will be ending the stream sometime today. Day 1217. A banquet for some. But is there coffee? I mean, seeing as we can afford it these days. It's your anniversary. Here, have a coffee. And this year, you've got a plan. And now we don't have a daughter, we can just do whatever. Apparently, as we've learned about pregnancy, the downfall of pregnancy. A week away could be just what the doctor ordered for you and Sam. But it won't be cheap. Dude, what have you seen? We're not worrying every day. We can afford our holiday. It might help us actually if we become a bit more broke, because then we won't get all our money taken from us. It's more than you'll normally spend, but Sam's worth every penny. Or spending that much on a holiday might be a bit frivolous, though. Let's go for this. We are good. Oh, wow. Wow, that dropped significantly quickly. Worrying debt. Oh dear. Okay, well, Sam's worth it. This will be a good partner. And the last time you... Wait, that means we can't buy coffee. But holiday. I hope we're going somewhere nice. Somewhere that doesn't get nuked randomly. The last time you went away, it was an amazing weekend together. And this time's going to be even better. The grief, the depression, the threat of annihilation. It's going to be great. Yeah, we're not going to get dragged down by any bad thoughts at all. And what better way to start it off than sex, than by going all out and cooking a nice meal from scratch. Fancy! Yikes forever. Sorry, I had to. Sam's going to love it. They should be here any minute. Even you and Chris seem to be on the... Wait, Chris is still alive? Oh, that's depressing. I thought some goodness might come out of the nuclear. I'm still counting Sam as a woman. I'm sorry. She's a sister-in-law as far as I can. Seem to be on the same page for the first time in years. Maybe it's been long enough for them to forgive you. Or perhaps they've decided they were unfair to ask you. But either way, you're grateful for the newfound peace. They even helped you clean up the house today. Slave labour. So that Sam gets back from work, it'll be pristine. Oh, so when Sam gets back from work, it'll be pristine. You hear keys in the lock and put the final touches in place. Rose petals, doubled up condoms, apparently. As Sam steps into the hallway, you're waiting in the doorway to the kitchen, dressed to the nines and acting as nonchalant as possible. Alex? What's all this? Oh my God, did you clean? No, We got your sister to... That's where women belong, in the kitchen! as Peter Clement would say. And what's that smell? They give you a quick kiss as they step past you into the kitchen, where the banquet is laid out, candles lit. See, this is where all our money went, on the food. Chris and Charlie standing quietly, grinning. Oh my God, Alex! What is going on? Happy anniversary, Sam. Happy anniversary! Comes the cheers from your two cheerleaders as Sam turns to you, smiling and with tears in their eyes. Alex, it's perfect! Sam rushes over and kisses you softly, only breaking off when you get a less than subtle cough from Charlie. So, I got officially accepted into the Community Cohesion Management Program, Charlie blurts out. And that's our cue. Come on, Charlie. Oh, sorry. And that's our cue. Come on, Charlie. Time for us to go. Have fun, you two. Chris, thank you sincerely. And I will try not to choke as I say it. You're welcome. Now, I should go get our own dinner. You can grill Charlie when he's back. I know what it means, and yet you cannot talk about making sure you get dinner and grilling Charlie in the same line. I just can't. I'm automatically just going to imagine a spit roast with Charlie attached to the pole. You can grill Charlie when he's back. Tomorrow. As in, not tonight. See ya! With a wink, they finish ushering Charlie out of the house. You pull out Sam's chair for them. Why, thank you, Sam says, taking a seat and grinning at you. So, Charlie's been busy? They shake their head as you take your own seat opposite them. Tomorrow. For now, you really didn't have to do all this, Alex. I know. I wanted to. I mean, I didn't do it. I got Chris to do it. It's fine. I love you, Sam. I love you too. They breathe, admiring the... And then, bow, chicka, wow, wow. Admiring the... Panoply of food you've prepared. I've never heard this word before. Should I know this word? I get that it's like a wide range of things. I guess it's like I was gonna say Monopoly, but it's not. Panoply. Okay. I've genuinely not heard that word before. Lessons were learnt. That, or I'm getting old and I've just forgotten it. It's just not a word I use. Food you've prepared for them. Now, where on earth do I begin? They laugh as you pour the first glass of champagne of the evening. You're very lucky to have such a wonderful family. One of them's missing, but okay. Who could ask for more? I don't know. A not dead daughter? That would be great. Oh, gold. Just saying. Holy shit. Anniversary time again. God. Charlie must be like a grown-up by this point. Oh my god. Day 1764. A job down. Ooh. dear. Everything's ready. You and Sam have been trying to watch. Why in that year has our money not gone up? Surely we get paid when I'm not physically running it. If anything, our money should probably go up when I'm not running it. We get more money for the broadcast, surely. Everything's ready. You and Sam have been trying to watch Bullet Man for years, but you missed it in the cinema, and it never seemed to be in stock when one of you went to pick up the VHS. Now you're just waiting for them to get home so you can start. We found it in Blockbuster. You hear the front door open as you put a bowl of popcorn on the coffee table. I'm having X-Files flash. Is it buttered by chance? We're all ready to go. Get your butt in here. Richard Bozeman. Sam comes in with a vacant stare, ignoring both film and snacks as they sit down next to you. You have to actually nudge them to break their stupor. Sam? What is it? The fact that we've forgotten our daughter has kind of started to bother me. I wonder if we should be a bit more like, oh, things happen. I've just been let go from work. Oh, we should definitely have not taken that holiday. Probably best actually we went where we did, because now there's no holiday happening. Sam is just staring into space. Apparently there just isn't a need for 2 nursery teachers anymore. Wait, she's a nursery teacher? They did say earlier about school. I completely forgotten that. Not enough children, so they can't justify the expense. Well, maybe if people stopped double condoming, there'd be more children. Just saying. Honey, I'm so sorry. It'll be okay. You'll find another place. No, you don't get it. There just isn't. There just isn't that demand for younger years teachers anymore. Not just here, anywhere. I don't know what I'm gonna do. What we're gonna do. You pull Sam into a hug. Hug. So, I know things are tough, but we'll think of something. How, Alex? We're barely scraping by as it is, and now... Sam starts to sob. We're gonna have to sell the house. I can't see any other option. We've got too many debts to pay. If that's what we have to do, fine. It's only the 2 of us living here now anyway. Wait, Charlie moved out? Okay. I suppose you're right. Still, I hate the idea of losing this place. Think of everything that's happened here, Alex. All the sex, all the... They fall silent, thinking. Eventually, you start the film, but neither of your hearts are in it. Too busy thinking about the future. Still, a house isn't everything. It's the people who make it a home. We can just doss at the studio. Home is where the heart is. Yeah! After all. Ooh, got an achievement. Oh, gameplay time. Finally our time to stop. Let's have a nosy at what the dealio is. Oh god. 3 years.
Winston, I know we don't see eye to eye on much, but things could be significantly worse. Why don't you try to muddle through for a change rather than your established approach of giving me a headache? If not for me, do it for the children, Alex. It's advances ill-conceived bring your daughter to work day today. There's even more people than usual for you to disappoint.
That's insensitive.
Of an inappropriately sexual nature.
Pardon?
Not one to miss. At 10 p.m. it's time for Julia's Diary, where the ever
right, what we got?
Extracts from her diary in front of a warm fire.
An advance, a win. Okay.
Our drama series Betterment, which tells the inspirational story of Emily Dennisworth.
Celebrate the.
And this is Jenny. She's the floor manager.
Hi, Stacey.
Celebrate the end of
Colin.
the.
He too much. Don't talk to Colin.
Not getting involved and bring your daughter to work, eh, Colin?
Nah, we don't believe in it.
All right, come and sit next to Mum.
Believe in what?
Just days.
Oh, we don't have a choice. Oh, that sucks.
The girl.
10 seconds, everybody.
Monday's a myth.
That explains so much. Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Oh, wow, look at this!
Good evening and welcome to the NNN. I'm Megan Wolf. And who's this, you might be wondering? Well, it's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day here at Channel 1. So I'm joined tonight by my foster daughter, Stacey. Say hello, Stacey.
Go fuck yourself.
All right then, here are the stories that matter to you.
Wow.
First up, with Advance confirming that the nuclear fallout from the 20-week war is to blame for the drop in birth rates across the territories, we asked you what keeps you going.
Men!
I know that I, for one, was quite deflated when I heard about this, but reading all your submissions has really put the smile back on my face. This is from Drew in Humberset. To take our minds off things, me and my partner have been building this house for our hamster. It really does distract us from thinking about the 85% sterility rate. So next week, we're building Nibbles a tiny conservatory, a loft conversion, and a holiday home. Thank you for that. And if you've started a new hobby, do write in and tell
I love
us
how,
about it.
like, late 80s, early 90s, this is great. I am going to stop there though, guys. We've been going for well over 2 hours. What time is it now? Oh, fucking hell, I didn't realise we'd been going for that long. Yeah, we're going to stop there. There was a lot more text-based stuff there than normal. Yeah, no, still just, it's insane. The world building going on here and the characters. It's still suffering with those moments of sections that go on too long, and certainly this part I felt was a lot more of a struggle accessibility wise, just because there was so much more with pay attention to the 4 screens and make sure you know, and normally that's not too big an issue, but this time it definitely was a situation of pay close attention to every little camera and make sure you're on the right one and stuff, and you need to do this to so that I really struggled with, and to then have the dual interference where you're deciding which one to go with, that was a struggle. I don't know if that's because my eye is a lot more irritated today, but yeah, no, I just found it a lot more intensely necessary to be able to see. But no, still enjoying this. And I don't know how far into this game we are, how much more there is. I certainly would love to try. I've tried one of the challenges off stream and sucked at it. But it would be fun to do some of the DLC stuff when we're done with the main story. But clearly we're not done with the main story yet. I'm loving this balancing of the two. Terrorism and the government actions and stuff like that. There is so much. There was just so much good stuff here, like story-wise, that makes you think. And again, it's not as simple as picking the good or bad side. You know, the seemingly good side is not as good as you know, as beneficial as you think it is, and stuff like that, or vice versa. So yeah. I'm still really enjoying this. I know nobody's watching. And if you are watching after the fact, Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Please leave your comments down below of what you think of how the story's going as it's evolved and ebbed and flowed. Like I said, I still have issues with the pacing and stuff like that. But yeah, otherwise, I get what the text-based stuff does. But yeah, I don't know. I feel those sections sometimes go on a little too long, and I don't know if that's just because of how long it takes me to read them, or what. But yeah, no. And I feel certainly some of the TV sections go on for quite a length of time. So and you're just, and I get it. It's this surreal. I've seen, because like I say, I did watch some reviews and stuff to see what people were saying, especially after what happened in the last part. I was curious and nobody really touched it because people were paying mainly, when they're reviewing the game, they're mainly talking about stuff so they don't spoil it. But it was interesting seeing people say, they really struggled with the humour, especially because they're like Americans and stuff like that. Like struggling with the sense of humour and thinking it just went on too long. And I can understand that, especially if you've not got that this is a very British sense of humour kind of thing. And even as a Brit, I'm like, okay, they're going on a little too long. But I think it takes so much inspiration from like Monty Python sketches and stuff where there could be nothing happening or whatever. But it's because it's so focused on this world building and the state of the world and attitudes and the stupidity of the adverts and stuff like that. As frustrating and sometimes as unnecessarily long stuff feels, at the same time, when consequences come up, when stuff happens, you then feel it a lot more. It's just like a punch. So you have what happened to Jeremy last time, and now this time you've got like the war, the nukes, the terrorism, the people disappearing and stuff like that, and you're seeing it happen, and it does feel like we miss a lot because of the jumps. But that's because then the jumps have to happen so that it feels a lot more realistic that time is actually passing, if that makes sense. So yeah, no, I'm still having a lot of fun. Same issues apply, but I am curious. We've still got the soundboard here. Even I have enjoyed the fact that it feels like, I mean, looking now at the the studio and stuff, how time changes the style of the studio and stuff, and the fact that we've seen some upgrading of the equipment and stuff. But despite like another year going by, this has pretty much stayed the same, which is surprising. So, but yeah, I look forward to playing more. I'm hoping to be back next week, 8 p.m. On Wednesday. I'm hoping health issues reliant, as usual, but I'm really hoping that I can do this weekly until we get this done. Like I said, I don't know how much longer is left, but we'll see. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please share your thoughts down below. Take care, stay awesome, and I'll see you somewhere down the line.